Jungles are extraordinary. The most biodiverse habitats on Earth. They regulate the weather, generate vast amounts of water, provide food and medicines, and absorb huge quantities of carbon dioxide. But we've not treated them as the special places they are. Today, only half of our planet's jungles remain. Here, in the jungles of Borneo, there's a new story to tell.
My name is Jais bin Lapit. I'm a farmer in Sabah, Borneo. When I grew up, the village was surrounded by jungle. As kids, we used to play in the trees, paddle our boat in the river. Our jungles were amazing, full of life. Back then, I had no idea how special our jungles, and all jungles, really were. Or that one day, we might lose them.
Jungles aren't ordinary forests. These tropical forests are bathed in consistent sunshine, heat and rain. They're home to over half of all the species that live on land. And the tropical forests of Borneo, at nearly 130 million years old, are amongst the most biodiverse jungles on the planet.
Hi, I'm Rose. I've been wildlife guide in Sabah, Borneo for nearly 20 years. Tourists come here from across the planet to experience our jungles and see the diversity of wildlife. Monkeys are everywhere. I like watching them in the forest along the rivers. We have big creatures like elephants and orangutans, but most of the life that lives in the jungles is small.
The jungles of Borneo are home to thousands of different insects and plants. But this variety is not spread evenly throughout the jungle. Each patch has a unique combination of plants and animals, which means some of the life you find in this valley may be different from its neighbours and found nowhere else. So every patch of jungle is precious. That's why we shouldn't clear any of it. Because when we do, we lose a piece of that jungle life forever.
What makes me sad, we have been losing our jungle. Viewing orangutan in the wild now it's become rare treat. Lots of forest here has been turned into a palm plantation.
Palm oil is a wonder crop, up to 10 times more productive than the next best vegetable oil. It's so versatile, it's been added to countless products, like makeup, ice cream, biofuel, and chocolate. But we've cleared a lot of land to grow it.
Saya telah mengusahakan.
I've been farming palm oil for 6 years.
Dahulu tidak
In the
banyak
past,
peluang.
there weren't too many ways to make a living.
Dengan mengusahakan
With farming,
ladang-ladang,
I could feed my family
saya mampu
and send my children to school.
saya ke sekolah. Pada masa itu,
Back then, the government just sold us the land to farm and didn't worry that we were cutting down the trees.
tanpa dirisau pokok-pokok yang dipaksa tebang untuk mengusahakan tanah tersebut. Semua ini
All
masih
this
hutan.
was jungle.
Demand for palm oil from America, Asia, and Europe has had devastating impacts on the jungle and wildlife of Malaysia and Indonesia. Over the last 40 years, a third of Borneo's jungles have been cleared, mostly for their timber, for infrastructure, and for land to grow oil palm. Over 100,000 orangutan have been lost as a result of this deforestation.
Hi, my name is Ibritina Angkli. I'm working at Sepiluk Orangutan Rehab Center as a keeper.
My job is to look after sick or orphan orangutan.
The Sepilok Orangutan Centre in Sabah was started over 50 years ago. Back then, most orangutan arriving here were as a result of the illegal pet trade. But from the late 1990s, the rising demand to produce palm oil left lots of orphaned orangutan needing help.
When orangutan come to us, they are sick and weak and really sad for losing the mother. In the wild, orangutan babies stay with their mother about 7 years. Their love is so strong. They just want to feel safe. We have to be their mother, so we teach them how to live in the forest. Each day, we take them out into the wild. They learn so many things just by playing in the tree. They are very smart. At about 5 years old, we walk them far into the forest, so they can stay there if they want to. They enjoy lots of wild food, even termite. You can hear them sucking out the termite. They really love it. Then they become strong and confident and ready to be released into the jungle. Sometimes we see our baby return for a last bit of food. And then they are gone back to the jungle. We used to have so many orangutan brought here. Sometimes too many for us to look after, but not anymore, which is really good. I think this is because education is making people more aware about the orangutan and helping it. Things are getting better for the orangutan and its jungle.
Concerns increased about the growing impacts of the palm oil sector. In 2004, a global certification scheme for sustainable palm oil production was created, called the Round Table for Sustainable Palm Oil, or RSPO. To become certified, growers needed to meet certain criteria, like protecting pristine jungles and rivers, maintaining forest corridors, as well as safeguarding the welfare of all their palm oil workers and small-scale producers. Today, only 19% of production is certified as sustainable, but in places, the industry is stepping up to change. Some companies are even restoring jungle on past farmland.
The jungle doesn't just help the animals, it also helps our farms. The animals and birds help to keep the pests away from my palms. And the jungle itself helps keep more water in the soils, which is good for my plantation, and it keeps the rivers clean. We see orangutan in the forest around the farm. I like to see wildlife here.
In 2018, the RSPO upgraded the certification criteria, making deforestation-free a requirement. Sabah is leading the way by working towards being the first region to commit to certification for all its palm oil products. As more of us demand deforestation-free products, more palm oil will be grown sustainably. This will protect our jungles so they can lock away carbon and help us restore the health of our planet.
I have hope for the future. We're learning how to work with the jungle. I think in the future there will be more jungle and more orangutan than we have now. As my children grow up, I will teach them about wildlife and why jungles are important. I want them to see orangutan in the wild. Our jungle belongs to all future generations and the orangutan.
We finally realized that we don't need to clear any more of our planet's jungles to produce food. We've cleared enough land to meet these needs for our current and future population. So as long as we're smart with our existing cleared land, in the future we could have more jungles and their extraordinary wildlife than we have now.